Sup guys, Ja Lord here. Tonight I'm bringing you a new story out of Germany. So yesterday there was a vehicle ramming attack in the German town of Muenster where this 48-year-old man plowed a van into this popular restaurant, killed 3 people, and then shot himself when the police arrived. In this case, the perp was of ethnic German, no ties to terrorism, lots of psychological problems, definitely no ties to Islam, German citizen, and certainly not a refugee. Yet, despite the fact that the perp was a white non-Muslim and a citizen of Germany, I noticed on Facebook, Twitter, and a lot of my social media feeds are filled with people accusing the mainstream media of lying, covering up. And they always do this whenever the perpetrator's a white non-Muslim and the event happens in Europe. And they especially do that when they don't reveal the name, race, ethnicity of the perpetrator right away. I remember a similar incident in France last September where 4 American girls got acid thrown on them by a 40-something-year-old female assailant. But they never revealed the assailant's name, ethnicity, religion, nationality, or anything like that. And then far-right people on social media were accusing the mainstream outlets of lying, covering up, pandering to Muslims, etc. And that's what happens when you have candidates like Donald Trump, Marine Le Pen, Geert Wilders trying to discredit unsupportive media outlets. And another thing I'd like to make note of, in 2015, Germany's Chancellor Angela Merkel created this open doors refugee policy where she allowed like 1 million refugees from war-torn Islamic nations into the country. And this policy got met with like sharp criticism from the right. And people were saying that, like, refugees are terrorists in disguise and that the European migrant crisis is actually an Islamic invasion, which I believe is total bullshit. The people fleeing these war-torn Islamic nations like Iraq, Syria, Afghanistan, Libya, etc., are trying to get away from the terrorists. They're not coming there. They're not terrorists in disguise trying to take over like right-wing media and politicians would have you believe. To those of you who think that the media is lying, covering up, and pandering to Muslims, trying not to offend them, I personally think that you need to find something better to do with your time. That is classic projection, what they're doing, accusing the mainstream media of lying, covering up Islamic terror, pandering to Muslims, trying not to offend them. That is classic projection. That is a manipulation tactic I know all the tricks in the book. I've been victims of them myself, and that is classic projection. Another thing that far-right individuals, politicians, and media pundits like to point out is that countries with high Muslim refugee populations like Germany and Sweden have seen their rape rates skyrocket over the past decade. But the real reason these countries' rape rates have gone up is because their population has gone up too, and some of the people committing these rapes might be migrants, others no, but it's not because of the amount of Muslim refugees, in my opinion. They're trying to get away from the bad guys like ISIS, Assad. I don't have much else to say because other than the fact that the driver of the van that plowed into that restaurant was not a refugee, not a Muslim, was white and a German citizen. 48 years old, psychological problems, no ties to terrorism whatsoever, just a nut job, in my opinion. And that is all I have to say about that. Before I close out this video, however, I'd like to make note that I am nearing completion of this anime series that I've been watching for the past few weeks called Black Lagoon, and I will be making a review video as soon as I finish watching the final disc of the DVD collection. I currently have 4 episodes to go before I finish this anime, and then I will make my full review video and tell you how I feel about it. And while we're at it, let me know in the comments section below any anime you think I should review, and I might give it a shot. That's it for tonight, folks. Peace.